let's do a deep dive into the Corporate Transparency Act. Are you a business owner or real estate investor trying to navigate the complexities of the new regulations of this CTA thing? Or simply, are you just trying to not get fined? This video will help guide you through who's affected, who's exempt, and how to stay compliant without facing serious problems or going to jail. Now, let's talk about the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. This is a part of the US Department of Treasury and is crucial in implementing and enforcing the CTA. This act was rolled out to build a private database accessible only to government agencies, which aims to pinpoint exactly who is behind the LLCs, limited partnerships, and corporations in America. If you've heard about the Panama Papers that basically were a research document done that uncovered that a lot of shady people and a lot of people that were trying to avoid taxes were hiding their identities in different shell companies or legal entities. And the government was like, hey, we really need to figure out who is really the leaders of these people so that it's a lot easier and actually they have a fighting chance in figuring out who are the bad guys out there. Now, this law isn't just for new companies, it applies to all existing and new business entities out there, unless they're exempt. You might be wondering, hey, is the government really getting serious about this? And yes, they are. And they're putting pretty high non compliance fines on this. And we're talking about 509 per day per entity. So this could definitely add up pretty quickly. And there's no cap on here, plus potential criminal charges for willful neglect. Now, that's not something that any business owner wants to face, but if you're like me and you're a little bit of a lazy owner or making money and finding investments out there, you're probably like, let me just have my attorney or my CPA take care of this. And that's what I personally did. I just paid them a couple $100 to make this go away for me and check that box. Now, you may not want to do that, and you might be asking the question, perhaps I can fly under one of those exemptions that I just mentioned. So, who's exempt? Large public companies or SEC registered firms like investment advisors out there or venture capital advisors are exempt because their significant figures are already well vetted and known. Basically, it's the small guys like us. And sorry, bad news. So if you form a new entity or have any existing ones, you need to ensure everything is in line with the CTA. This includes submitting detailed information about the owners and those with significant control over the company. And this is typically done through their online platform. Now, there is some scrutiny over what actually determines the triggering amount. I've heard things as whoever's more than 20% of the controlling entity. And yeah, even if you do some other funky things like you owned an LLC from a trust, it basically, if you're imagining like a stool, who is at the bottom rung of that stool? Which of the legs is actually standing on the bottom ground? Or in a way, who is the person? That's what they want to know. And there's really no games of getting around this. And what about the penalties for messing this up? They're pretty steep, of course. They're taking this with a lot of seriousness, and this is something that has been boiling up for years now, and it's finally now taking effect. As you can imagine, a lot of people out there who values their privacy, they're putting up a heavy fight. Is this constitutional? There was a recent court case early in 2024 that kind of upheld it, but it was only one district court of many that'll probably continue to fight out in the Supreme Court. You might have heard rumors about this, but basically, it's not really going to be stopping the freight train here. It's just best that you file and say, hey, yes, I do own this one LLC. Especially if you're somebody out there doing things ethically and morally, not stealing money, not running any drugs or doing anything like that. And let's see what the real reason why not to do this. Now, on the other side of the equation, yeah, I get it. It sucks, right? That's the whole point. Some people will have LLCs or Wyoming LLCs to hide your identity from the general public from Googling you, or if there's a lawsuit, it makes it a little bit harder for that plaintiff's attorney to figure out what you own. These are all the reasons why we have entities. If you want our full legal guide, you can check it out on our website at thewealthelevator.com/legal. Things happen, right? As business owners, you just have to keep going with the flow on this. And this is something that appears that you just have to move forward and comply. Now, wrapping up, despite its challenges and burdens it places on small business owners like us, I do believe that the goal is noble out there. And it's probably the only way of somewhat getting a grasp on those financial crimes people out there, the bad guys. Unfortunately, a lot of us honest people are caught in the crosshairs, and it's just another compliance administrative cost that we have to do. Now, if you're lazy like me and you just want to pass this off to your CPA or attorney, maybe you need a good one, shoot our team, email team@thewealthelevator.com, and we can connect you with a CPA that I personally use. If you guys have any other questions, put in the comment section below. And yeah, if it pisses you off and you just want to blow off a little steam, put some comments in the comment section below. And yeah, we'll check you guys out on the next video.